Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bad Movie Night podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight we've dived into the 1980 Italian horror movie Anthropophagus, aka I think I said it right, The Grim Reaper.
And now, he's coming for you. The Grim Reaper.
No Emmys. Stop.
I did think about at one point when I was editing Transient, just getting out my keyboard and like improving the entire time I watched the movie and just being like, yeah, that fits. Let's go with that.
It works for George Eastman.
It works for George Eastman. Anyways, guys, tonight we're back to talk about Anthropophagus. This was a movie. I think I'm saying it right. Okay, just
Holy
let's clear it up.
shit.
Anthropophagus, right?
I think that's right because anthropophagy is like is a term for cannibalism, right? So
Yeah.
I think you're right.
My dog was a coprophagist.
Oh my god.
Oh,
what
ate his
happened?
own poop.
Yeah.
A lot of dogs are.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Something
Is
about like the nutrient, like if they're lacking certain nutrients, they'll do
It's
it.
just weird.
Yeah,
Is there humans who do that?
Probably.
probably. I'm not googling it.
2 girls, 1 cup, guys.
That's true, but Spiv, I think they ate that for sexual enjoyment and not because they were
Not
missing nutrients.
nutrients.
I heard it was actually chocolate pudding.
That was not real. Yeah. Come on now.
Oh, was it chocolate pudding?
I don't know.
AJ, we should make one. 2 guys.
2 dudes, 1 bucket.
Yeah, and it's just filled with like cream cheese or something.
Oh God.
I think that stuff already exists, Chris. But I hear you.
Then you
Wait,
can sell
were
the
they
bucket.
naked and doing like sex stuff? I never watched it.
You never watched
You
it?
never saw
No, I don't watch adult content.
it. Yeah. only at work.
When people
How
watch
dare you?
it.
How dare you?
It would be
Went on
like-
camera.
When on camera.
I've never seen a naked woman before, so
It's amazing when you have 2 kids.
immaculate conception there. That's what I assume happened there. Anyways, what were we talking about? Anthropophagus. This is a movie. Pophagus. This was a movie that was on our wheel for a while. I'm hearing a noise. Is that actually coming through? Oh, it's my phone. That was actually. I was worried that it was like at one point the phone interfered with the microphone and made like a buzzing noise. I didn't know if you guys were hearing that too.
I heard
Was it
nothing.
Mark?
Okay. No. So this is a movie on the wheel for, well, not on the wheel, but in our hearts for a long time.
It came up like 2 years ago on a history hole or something, and we've talked about it off and on since.
And there's been a couple movies like that. And the one that I go back to was kind of recent that I feel like we should cover soon as possible. And that is that John Cusack driving movie.
Oh, yeah.
Cusack Drive Hard or something. I don't know what it's
Drive Hard?
called.
Yeah.
Drive Hard.
Hard driving? Something
You know
like
what,
that.
Chris? I got a birthday coming up, and I
So,
get
the
I
next
get
game,
I get a
hard
pick.
driving.
Let's just go ahead and use that. We'll use that one.
The Cusack Drive Hard. What's it called
Yeah.
actually?
Hard.
Do you remember
stick.
hard driving? The
You
old
gotta
Linux
go real
game?
fast around that.
You just
loop,
like
man.
that one car and you always run
That's-
off the track? That was a
That's
hard
an
game.
arcade game.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
That's
You
like the
never
first
played Hard
racing
Driving?
game. Dude, that game is insanely difficult.
No,
It was
Spy
good for
Hunter.
the
Spy
Genesis.
Hunter was like the first. Like,
No, I didn't have it. I remember Outrun. Those games are terrible. Like where they act like you're driving straight, like just the grab, like it doesn't work.
Mega
like
Race.
F-Zero
Mega
was
Race
cool.
was cool. Mega
And,
Race
Su-
was the shit.
and Mario Kart was cool.
How come-
Rebecca's
how
like,
come-
God damn it, enough of the cars, you assholes!
Oh yeah, we're back on the cars.
Oh, God, what happened?
There's too much testosterone on this.
Oh,
No, there's not. There's very little.
Rebecca, there's about enough testosterone that counts for like 2 guys. Like 2 guys. You know what I
I'm
mean?
still outnumbered.
Still outnumbered.
Oh, man.
Anyways, Lindsay is out this week. She is on vacation. I hope she's having the time of her life, and she might be back next week or not. it doesn't matter. We're going to press on, press forward, as we do on the Bad Movie Night podcast. So, I think it's time that we get into it and talk about Anthropophagus. Anthropophagus. I think that's how
You got it.
AJ, what is it about?
When a group of friends take a trip to a remote island
I'm 7 months pregnant.
where everyone seems to be a little where everywhere seems to be a little too quiet.
Where are all the people?
Little do they know what is lurking in the dark. A disfigured cannibalistic killer. Strap in for the 1980 Italian classic that is Anthropophagus. The Grim Reaper.
And stop.
Maybe that because the music is goddamn terrible. AJ,
Yeah, it is.
that was a really good premise hole section.
Thank you.
You've been knocking it out of the park with these premise hole sections.
Well, I show up prepared, and I'm here to have fun.
Well, let's not get carried away. But yeah, you
What-
show up.
what?
You
Plane
show
wheel?
up. Period.
Was the plane wheel
I think
not
he prepares
impressive?
these.
He prepares.
No, the plane wheel was definitely not impressive.
Be
Um,
prepared.
Try again.
That's right. All right, time to move on and do the history hole, which is a section we started a long time ago, where we are supposed to get context for the movie and the year it is released. And now it's essentially
It's
just
supposed to
Aaron like dressing up as a character in the movie and then talking about things that nobody listens.
And we're just all laughing.
Like,
We should guess what he's going to be before he shows it.
he's going to be Anthropophagus eating his intestines.
I would hope so.
I
Or
think
the
he's gonna be-
intestines as
In the
Oh,
hole
no.
of the belly.
Dude,
He's-
he probably
he's
didn't
gonna-
even do anything this year or this
He's
day.
gonna be the
being
baby.
this year.
This year, he just gave up.
I've done very little this year. Yeah, you're right.
What did you say, Spiff?
He's going to be the baby.
Oh.
Oh my
the,
God,
the
no.
delicious fetus.
That was
I am not
awful.
doing
We'll get
that.
into that.
I
All right.
made the thing before I watched the movie, so no.
Lame. Okay,
Oh,
let's
no.
see what it is. Here we
He's
go.
going to be a sin.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit! I removed him by
Whoa.
accident. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
pretty cool.
That's good.
That's pretty cool.
You look like
Look, Vincent Price up in here.
He looks like-
Nefertiti.
He looks like Freddy
Or
Krueger
no,
to me.
Yeah, I lost it.
Who's
He looks like a
Nefertiti?
cartoon villain
That's
with
not
a
what I
twisty
wanted.
mustache.
I can't.
All right, so Anthropophagus, aka the Green Reaper. This actually has several other names like the Savage Island, Man Beast, the Beast.
that was Chris's
Manzies?
nickname in high school.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
I wish.
The Zombies Rage and Man Eater.
She's a man eater. Man, Hall & Oates.
Oh,
Fucking,
man.
Ripped off, man.
fucking great.
Oh, that's amazing. What are you talking about?
Ripped off this movie.
They did not wear about this
Man-eater.
movie.
oh, I think they did.
Dude, Hall & Oates has some great fucking songs, but
We should just make a Hall & Oates music video that's just clips from this movie. Watch out, boys! She'll chew you up.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
No, Sean should. Sean's been making these
Sean's
fucking...
been making some cool videos. Yeah. Sean,
I like how AJ releases like 2 songs, and Sean's like, "I'm gonna make music videos." Chris has been putting out music for decades. Nobody
really?
gives a shit.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, man.
I don't know what to tell you either.
All right. So this film was released in Italy on August 9th, 1980, and then later in the United States on October 9th of 1981. So some other August 1980 films. We have Smokey and the Bandit 2. We have The Octagon, which is a Chuck Norris movie that I've never
No.
seen.
That sounds sweet.
Awful.
Yeah,
Chuck
the
Norris
Is that
sucks.
what UFC's based on?
He gave that kid AIDS.
And Chris,
Whoa.
He Knows You're Alone is another film from that year and month. And finally, Xanadu.
Ooh, it's a-
Like the dance
Xanadu.
disco movie?
That's the roller skating one, right?
Yeah, I think
No.
so. No, not
should
roller
watch
skating.
that.
Is it?
Yep.
I don't remember. I don't
Isn't
remember.
that like a disco movie or something?
I'm pretty sure it's a
No.
roller skating disco movie.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
anyways,
it's got
our-
Olivia Newton-John in it, so yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Our writer and director for this film is Joe D'Amato, who has done a bunch of things, mostly known for Ator, the Fighting Eagle, Emmanuel and Francois. He also did 2020 Texas Gladiators, which has been something we wanted to watch for a long time. He's been directing movies for a very long time. He actually died way back in 1999. But he made a lot of Italian sort of movies.
Didn't
Yeah.
he make a movie we watched in the house with ghosts and stuff? What the hell was that called?
that was a great movie.
Beyond Death, Beyond.
No, it had like the
He's
shit.
made
What
over
was that called?
199 movies, man.
Yeah, he's made a ton of movies.
It's insane.
Beyond the Darkness? No, that's not it. I thought he made
it was
some
an
movie.
80s film.
I feel like we've watched some of his movies before, and the name is very.
We might have.
I think we could have two.
We have watched something, yeah.
He also directed Porno Holocaust.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that.
It's my
That is
part of
what
my
age-
collection.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it because I
Dude,
don't see it.
AJ,
Yeah.
he did Zombie 5 Killing Birds.
Oh my
course he
god, no
did.
wonder it looks so familiar.
That's what it is. Zombie
Now
Five
the
Killing
style.
Birds.
But there was a movie that was like, it had the
It was
music
not
from
him, though.
Zombie 5.
Is it the one that has the little baby Dario Argento in it? Burial
No,
Grounds. It's not
that's
Burial
Burial
Grounds,
Oh,
is it?
that's creepy.
Oh god, Burial Grounds.
No,
is
it was a
great.
movie we did on the podcast. I don't know what the fuck
Okay.
it was called.
I know what movie
Yeah.
you're talking about,
He has
but I
way
don't think
too
it was
many
him.
It was like
movies.
3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So our writer, our co-writer and cannibal from this film was George Eastman, whose actual name is something else, right? Luigi Montefiore. The dude is 6'9". I had no idea he was that tall.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He wrote Metamorphosis, that dinosaur meets Christian Bale movie.
Yeah. That was a great movie. That ending is fantastic.
Sean
it-
says Beyond the Darkness. That's
Beyond the
Beyond the
Darkness, the film we're talking
Darkness.
about. He
Yeah.
did direct it though.
That's what he says.
If Sean
Okay,
says
cool.
it must be true.
All right, I believe
Yeah,
that.
Sean says it. Yeah.
I liked that movie. That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
He also wrote 2020 Texas Gladiators, which is a film we want to check out. Warriors of the Wasteland and Porno Holocaust. He's still alive and kicking.
Dude, this guy's 100. We should just do a D'Amato cast.
We could.
AJ. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
you
I
could
was
do
thinking
that.
about.
Right.
I was thinking we should just do bad Italian horror movies. It's like a new
There's
podcast.
plenty of them for
that,
sure.
would,
Yeah.
that I would definitely
That'd
do.
be fun, right?
So
What we call it.
Arrivederci.
I don't know. Hopefully something that's not like insensitive.
All right, every Monday night. Okay,
Right.
starting
check out
next week.
Arrivederci.
It's the next podcast we're doing.
Oh my god.
It's called
All right.
Arrivederci.
Line them up.
Shooting for this film started in March 31st, 1980, and lasted until May 1980. So this was shot in a pretty quick time frame. Obviously, shot all on film. This was shot a long time ago. So some things we want to talk about with this, though, is although the film takes place on a Greek island, they really only had a few production crews shoot some scenes on an actual Greece island in Greece, which is around the Acropolis of Athens. The rest of the film was actually shot in Italy. I don't know enough about the difference between the two to really pick up on it, but I'm sure if you're from
Basically
either
the
one,
same.
you
Basically the
would,
same
you would
as far
notice
as
some
I'm concerned.
differences.
Yeah.
And you could definitely tell the wide shots where the Acropolis is in the background versus like
Yeah.
the not.
Yeah, it wasn't a distraction for me. I didn't think it was a problem for the film. So in an interview, D'Amato stated that this is like the cheapest movie he made that was actually done, really well. It became kind of over time a cult film, but he did say he had to shorten the scene where the fetus gets devoured. And that was actually a skinned rabbit covered in blood.
Ooh.
So just pretending to eat.
That's so
Wow.
Dude, we'll
gross.
get into it, but some of the
Yeah.
stuff that George Eastman does in this movie,
Yeah.
like just going into a dirty Italian pit. Like, no, I'm never doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just never doing that.
He is dedicated.
Yeah.
He is. He definitely is. The music for this, which we already brought up being kind of obnoxious, is actually not the original score for this film if you watch the
Really?
version on Tubi or the American version of this film. So the score that's on the US version of the film is actually from a film called Kingdom of the Spiders, which helps explain why it doesn't fit at all anytime. But the original score was performed by Marcello Giambini on 2 ARP 2600 synthesizers. I have a feeling it was probably very similar to this, where it's just a guy sitting in front of a film going.
I wonder if we did hear the original score, because
I feel like it.
I thought the American cut out the whole fetus eating. And the
Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe
intestines
that's
at the end.
possible.
Yeah.
That's possible. So this might be
What would be the point of watching then?
It'd be a very boring movie. That's what
Yeah.
it would be.
I don't. That's a good question. This was also the first movie that Joe Bob Briggs reviewed,
Interesting.
which was back then for the Dallas Times Herald. Yep. Some of the bones and heads in the catacombs were plastic imitations. And when they went to pick them up, they realized they actually grabbed some real ones in the process.
Oh wow, nice.
And instead of like returning them and getting in trouble, they just kind of kept them.
Check someone's dead relative's body
Right.
parts.
Yeah.
These are just ours now.
Yeah. When this originally premiered in the theater, there's a lot of people there, and they started to leave as various parts of the film happened. This is 1980. This is probably pretty shocking at times. But when it got to the fetus scene, the last 2 people in the theater left. So all the only people left were George Eastman and the director. I guess that was like, we did a good job. I don't know. I mean, it definitely grossed people out back then. And I could see how
Yeah.
it definitely had an impact.
It was shocking.
It was shocking. Yeah. Even now, knowing it's kind of coming in a
It was
sense.
pretty
it's
gory. Yeah.
Pretty gory. Yeah.
And like aggressive in the
I mean-
fetus scene. Yeah.
We'll get to it, but
Yeah.
it felt like a lot of Italian
Yeah,
stuff at the time.
yeah.
But the fetus was a bit more next level.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to it.
We'll get there.
It's the longest history hole ever, man.
I'm dead. Goodbye.
Oh.
Longest sister. What'd you say, Smith?
Well,
Longest
before we
sister
stop, should we talk about the fact that they just made the sequel last year
Oh,
to
fuck.
this
No,
movie?
AJ. Damn it, AJ. Thank you.
Wait.
Boom.
There's this-
They just literally filmed the
Boom.
sequel. There it is.
There's a sequel. It came out in 2022.
We have to
gotta
see it. It
check
looks
this movie out.
amazing.
Wow.
It looks
Yeah.
Put it
amazing.
on the wheel.
I
Has a lot of
forgot
the same
to read that
people
whole
in
thing.
it.
Yes.
Dude.
And
It's
it's
the
still
same
credited. It's still credit to Joe and
Hold on.
George
and
Eastman
George
for the
Eastman wrote it.
characters.
He wrote it too.
Right.
There we go. There's a current movie that we
Wait.
can.
Hold
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
It's from
I have,
2020.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because when this movie ended on Tubi, it started playing another movie called Absurd, directed by Joe D'Amato as well, and starring George Eastman.
I had read that was the sequel.
And I thought that was the sequel.
I
And was
think
like, oh,
Absurd
fuck.
is the
Yeah, let's
like
get in this.
official sequel, but this other movie, the sequel,
2022.
is it's not a remake in a sense, but it has a lot of the same
Fuck.
beats.
So this is out now,
retelling.
like to watch. We can watch
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you can
Wait,
find it.
are
but
you
yeah.
sure we can find it anywhere? AJ, find
oh,
this.
I'll find it.
Dude, if we can
Don't
find
you
this,
worry.
we're watching this.
I will call Mr. George Eastman in Italy and we'll get a copy. All right.
And then say, Arrivederci.
There is an official website.
Just send a region free. That's all I need. Region free, buddy.
Chris, if you go to
I'll find it.
No one can spell
HALLEY pictures.com.
HALLEY
LLEY pictures.com. Hallie Pictures? Haley? That says it's on here somewhere, but I don't see it. Although there's a Shocker Island one that looks like an aliens thing, and you're gonna fucking love that.
Dude, this Shocker Island movie looks badass. You see this shit? Looks like aliens.
You should, yeah, we should
We
check
should
that
fucking
out.
watch this.
That
Dude,
looks-
you know
that looks
why?
pretty
Because this
cool.
is that movie me and Mark watched and did an episode on already.
Which one
This
is
is-
Oh, yeah. The one you never aired.
No, it's on YouTube. We did it. It's a
is that
beat
the
by beat
alien one?
rip off of Aliens. Yeah, like they literally rip lines from Aliens and shit.
It's awesome.
That's
That
great.
was a funny one.
It was
Shocker
called
Island.
it was called Zombies: The Beginning. Is now called Shocker Island for whatever reason.
Okay.
Anyways, hopefully
There's no
Anthropophagus
going back.
2 actually is like a new movie and not just a reskinned old movie. But
Oh no, it's a totally new movie. It was literally shot like recently, and just look at the website for it, like the IMDb entry. It's got a bunch of younger people. It's not just a
It looks
rehash. Now the story may be, but
All right. Well, let's check that out.
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
I think
Cool.
it looks cool.
We're going
Awesome. Good history hole, Aaron.
Yeah, man. Bringing it back.
All right. Well, it's time to move on and talk about Anthropophagus. And we're not talking about the scientific disease thing. We're talking about a movie.
It's not a disease.
Whatever,
Cannibalism is
Aaron.
not a disease.
You're a disease.
It's a lifestyle choice.
Hey everyone, this is Chris, and just reminding you in the still of tonight to go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow and sign up. For $2 a month, you get access to the exclusive bonus podcast pre-show, as well as other bonuses. That's patreon.com/badmovienightshow. All right, guys, let's get into this. Time to talk about some Italian cinema. And I think it's a good person to start with. Well-known Italian cinema fan, AJ. What did you think of Anthropophagus?
Proprietist. Yeah. Classic Italian fan. Yes. You got me right. You got me pegged. I was pumped going into this.
If anyone can peg you,
You got
it's this guy.
boys.
It's
You got
this
me.
guy. It's this guy.
You know the buttons to push.
I do.
Yeah. This was great.
God.
I was very excited going into this, and I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks like some really crazy classic Italian kind of horror, and in a lot of ways it is. We got like amazing gore. It is a low budget movie, and I did like the setup with like there's a little mystery. They're on the island. There's no one around. What is going on? Like a lot of like classic Italian tropes happening in this. I generally enjoyed this movie. It was way better than actually I thought it was going to be, and it's reviewed very poorly. But I think it's just because it was like a really low budget movie, and you know there's a lot of like meandering around the island trying to figure out what to do, how to get off the island, which for some viewers might drag a little bit. But I feel like with the gore and like the content, like it's just like you can't go wrong. It was great. I'm here for it.
Here for it.
Here for it.
Aaron, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel pretty similarly to AJ. It did drag at times. There was kind of weird pacing in the script. Obviously, it's ultimately a slasher, so it's never been my favorite style of movie, and it has the same kind of limitations in a lot of ways. But overall, given that it is from 1980, it's Italian. There's a lot of character to it. The special effects are really fun. The gore is great. The music is god awful, and it does detract from the movie for me because it's highly distracting. But overall, I liked the sets, or whatever we want to call them in this case. I don't think they really had money for real sets per se. Wherever they shot looked cool though. So the lighting was cool. I pretty much enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, some of these sets, man. We'll get into it. But Rebecca, what did you think?
Italy, not Greece.
Yeah, I liked it too. I was a little surprised at first that I did like it as much as I did.
You've got a thing for 18, 40-year-olds. 18,
Yeah.
1480-year-olds. So what the hell are these people?
Well, we'll get to that though.
Yeah.
But I was confused at the very beginning when they were speaking another language. I had
Yeah,
stopped
fair.
it. I
Fair.
checked to make sure I was on the right thing, but finally, then the closed caption said foreign language. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'm good. I'm not supposed to understand what this
For
is.
5 minutes, though.
Right? I know. It is confusing.
I literally posted on Slack and I was like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah.
It was a little alarming.
But yeah, I thought the characters were interesting. I like that they added that new character in the middle. I was surprised by her, the blind woman.
Yeah.
It was a way to kind of break things up a little bit from the same people. But yeah, I thought it was good.
And here we go, bringing it down. Spiv.
Simultaneously, too many fetuses and not
actually-
enough fetuses.
Yeah.
The boat was not featured. It did not travel at 5 knots. It only traveled at 4.5.
Well,
Poop
Who
deck was
is
not clean enough.
snapping?
Number one.
Swabbed. I prefer to
It's
be at half mast, not full mast, in my sailboat.
well, number one, the sails were not trimmed properly. They were.
I
obviously
knew he was
motor,
going to
but-
say it.
Jesus Christ.
No, I like this one. I'm not a huge fan of Italian horror. I could have used more gore, honestly. Like when I
Ooh.
think Italian horror, I think like lots of blood splatters and like psychological stuff, and this one just kind of dragged for me, if I'm honest.
Like an anchor on your sailboat.
Like an anchor on my sailboat. And I understood what the Germans were saying, and it was really boring stuff. Like, let's
I'm
go
sure.
sit here. Oh, the water's cold. Oh, I only had a muffin for breakfast.
There's no
I'll
air
show you my
panic.
muffin.
I feel like a muffin for breakfast is.
When he
It's
whipped
fine.
out those
It's a win.
sweet headphones, though. and
Oh,
turned
but
on
the
that
music
Oh
he
my
was
gosh.
listening
I think he's getting cancer from those things.
to. From the music, yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is
The music,
huge.
the music was awful. We're gonna get to it.
They totally trashed the camera in that scene too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was a cool
I
shot.
don't know,
though.
it was okay. I mean, there's the two famous kind of gory scenes in this one, which
Mhm.
I kind of knew they were coming, so they weren't as shocking. But for 1980, I could definitely see this
Yeah, I
being
mean-
like leave the theater shocking levels. So
43 years have passed.
it's a long
You know.
time.
It's a long time.
The depths of depravity have shifted. Like this definitely had to be shocking at the time to pull a
Yeah.
fetus out of a woman and take a bite out of it.
Yeah, I did. when
It sounds
did-
ridiculous now.
it really does. When I read that he eats the fetus, I figured he was just gonna like rip open her belly, and
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Right, I know.
but yeah, he goes up
Spiv.
there and pulls out. I mean,
If you want
that's-
a movie where they rip open a pregnant lady's belly and pull the fetus out, let me tell you, watch the 2007 French
Oh my
horror
God.
movie
oh,
Inside.
yeah.
That
And
is
that,
a rough one.
that's the thing. I think long time. Spiv, are you done?
oh sure.
No. So
we
you
did
were
watch that movie with the kid who hid inside of his mother's belly.
Dr.
then-
Giggles.
Oh.
Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Wow.
But yes, no, I'm done. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm a longtime listeners, longtime fans of Bad Movie. No, I'm a big fan of the new wave French horror movies. And the reason I am is because they have a much different feeling than American movies. And they have their own style and they have their own explicit nature and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like Italian movies of this era also have this very distinct style that I just really enjoy. It's a mixture of weird music, ADR over everything because they always had like Italian actors and they have to like redub it. And usually like explicit violence and gore.
Yeah.
And this movie has all that stuff. And I think there's a bunch of really cool segments and actually like cool filmmaking going on with like tension filled segments as well. But it's really hindered by about 45 to 50 minutes in the middle of the movie where nothing is happening.
Yeah.
If there had been more kills paced throughout, this would have been like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the
That
music
is when they kind of introduce the extra character, though, too,
Or
isn't
like
it? More
they
mid-round.
do.
Mystique.
She
right?
was a
But-
jump scare.
but here's
Yeah.
the thing.
She wasn't
The,
a character.
the thing with there's a couple scenes where like shock of like the character jumping out and this a cat, a baby, a kitten, a baby cat. It's like it makes no sense. And it
Yeah.
bothers me. Like
It's
why
cheap jump scares?
it's
so.
cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't fit into the narrative at all. And so it's distracting at certain points.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Did you-
I think that the movie has a really solid ending. With like it ramps up very solidly in the last 20 minutes, so it left me feeling good. But it was hard to get through some of that middle section.
Mhm.
Did you pick up on any of like the there's a lot of like similarities to Deep Red with this?
Totally under motor there.
Did you get any of that? The Deep Red kind of thing is like the crazed psychopath has like a hidden room in like a mansion, and we have to discover it and unearth the mysteries of his past. It's all like very
Deep Red had
Similar.
had some of that, yeah. But Deep Red also has way more story going on.
yeah. But that came out
I hear you.
before this, and it was a big movie in Italy
Yeah,
at the
it
time.
was
So
like
there's probably
mid-70s.
a lot of like referencing to that.
That's true. That's a good point because this is like very low budget compared to. I mean, I'm guessing the Argento movie was low budget, but there was so much more
This was probably
consistency
very
with
low
his
budget,
style.
though, other than the film cost.
This feels hobbled together at times.
Mhm.
This feels like we're stealing shots at times. There's
And this-
moments where they're like filming at like Britain land,
Yeah.
where there's British soldiers or whatever they are, French soldiers or something.
Here we go.
on the street.
Yes, the film.
never
these
been
are
to Britain
known as
land.
Britain land.
Whatever. And it's like, oh, you guys are just stealing the shot. Like you're not supposed to be there.
No, but it works.
It
I
works.
want to know. They rode like a ski lift thing up to Athens.
That was
Yeah.
How
crazy.
does
Yeah,
that work?
I don't know.
Well, they were
Yeah, I
coming
know.
down
Is that what it was?
Were
'cause
they?
into the port.
Yeah, that opening of the movie though.
The German
I watched
tourists?
this with Steph, and she said, "This music is hurting my teeth."
Wait, what?
And when
That's
she
my
said
first
that,
note, yeah.
when she said that, I was like, "Oh my god, you're right!" Like it is like I feel it, like a cavity, like resonating
in
Yeah.
your skull.
Yeah.
in my teeth. It's like a frequency they're hitting that is
That's
like hurting me
the
physically.
headphone music he's listening to, or just the
I
music
don't.
in general.
It was like the whole opening thing with that couple like rummaging around Rome or whatever it was. I mean, they're supposed to
They
be in the
were
town, but it was in
In
Rome.
the Greek island.
In the
yeah.
Greek
I'm gonna
city.
play a little bit of it.
I think it's definitely the octave. Like if that would
Mhm.
come down,
Yeah, it's like that.
It's just like-
it hurts my.
It's like a poorly distorted accordion or something.
It's probably like,
well, it
Yeah,
makes me
they
think
were
like
going
they
for
should
like a
be on a
traditional Greek
merry-go-round
kind
or
of thing.
something
Yeah.
at a festival.
What did you say, Spiff?
I said they're trying to be traditional Greek music, but it's through those synthesizers.
yeah, the bad synth I
Yeah.
think is the
Yeah.
problem, not necessarily the actual
Those
notes.
late 70s
Well,
synthesizers.
and the
Well-
audio track was like warbly, like the
It
speed
was.
was
Yeah.
speeding up and slowing down.
I-
Yeah.
I have a severe ignorance to Greek culture. My like closest thing I know about Greek culture is when I walk by the like Greek food at Wegmans that you can like just pick up, and it's all olives and like little cheese things.
It's all olives.
I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
big weddings.
Boy,
that's all I know about Greece.
Big
That's
Greek
it. What about you ever have a really
Mediterranean.
good gyro or like?
Dude, I went. I did.
Zero.
I went to a Mediterranean, like not fast food, but like it was like a Qdoba style, but it was a Mediterranean food, and I got like this bowl
Like
of
a
stuff.
kava.
Yeah, and it was really fucking good. So like, I'm not saying it's not good. I just don't know anything. The thing when I think of Greece, I think of like this not tropical, but like this island with like
Mediterranean.
yeah. What's that movie?
like Santorini or something. Is that
I
what you
don't
think of?
know. But it kind of looks like what they're walking around here at the beginning. That's what I
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the white walls.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
So
Much so.
Mamma Mia.
here I go
Oh,
again.
yeah.
I did see My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Not a bad movie.
Quality movie.
This is cool. The blood splatters.
No, I mean there's cool stuff like this point of view thing. It's all cool.
Whose blood is spattering there?
What
That's
did you think of
supposed
this
to be-
first murder here?
I thought it was
Coming
like
up on?
him eating her.
Was anyone shocked when this happened?
Mm-mm.
The hatchet.
I was shocked by how tight his pants were.
I thought it was the
What
girl,
is he
actually.
laying on?
Rocks.
The rocks.
Because he's a strong
He's rocking
Italian.
out.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
That's really good.
I love it. I was cheering. I was like, we're in for it.
And then we don't get another.
was a
kill
good
for an
first
hour.
kill.
I know.
Well, there's a little bit more, but I guess we should set it up a little bit. You got a bunch of friends
Yeah.
meeting.
Friends.
Riding
We're
that ski
gonna
lift
go-
up to Athens.
They're friends that either just graduated high school or are getting ready to retire.
Somewhere
they were-
in between.
I thought they were adults.
And one of them was like a hitchhiker, right?
Yeah,
They
Julie
meet her
was
in
just
Julia,
like,
yeah.
because he bumps into her and breaks her camera and is like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'll pay for that." And she's like, "Well, why don't I just come on vacation with you?" And they're like, "Okay."
As you did in the 70s, right?
Maybe I'll let you do butt stuff too while we're at it.
Yeah, because right away that one guy's
Bus.
like, "Oh yeah, she can definitely come along."
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at
Yeah,
that. She
there
is-
is
tarot
a lot
card
of
lady.
time
Mhm.
dedicated to interpersonal relationships,
Yeah.
I
which
I
don't
Doesn't
really pay
pan-
off in any
pan
way.
out, yeah, in any good way.
You don't
Oh,
care about
boy.
the characters, especially with all the ADR, because it makes them seem less human, right? They just feel like
Yeah, like what are the characters' names?
I have no idea.
No
Doesn't
idea.
matter.
Uh,
The guy
Carol.
number one, lady number
Carol-
two.
What was it,
There
Rebecca?
was Carol.
Carol.
right? Maggie.
I'd
Maggie
have
was
to
the
look it up.
pregnant
She
one.
was the pregnant one.
There was a
Arnie?
deaf girl. Deaf girl?
There's deaf girl. There's
Arnie was
there's,
married to Maggie, I think.
Yeah, there was Stephus, the
Julie?
boat guy,
The boat guy that wasn't on the
Andy?
boat until they got
until
to the
they
port.
needed to kill him.
Daniel,
Yeah.
Arnold.
The boat,
Was-
though. When I was watching this, I was thinking about like making this movie would be really like they were literally on the boat. It seemed like
Yeah.
in the ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
It's cool.
They might not have
yeah.
been that far out, but like still, they were. There was some production. Like, if I wanted to make a movie about people who go to an island, like I wouldn't be able to do that nowadays. This would require some money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big
Rent a
time.
boat. Yeah.
And
Maybe
there's
you
no
got
way
a
your
sailboat.
doctor is okaying that trip when you're like 7 months
Oh
pregnant.
my god!
It was the
Spiff.
80s.
Does your dad still have a sailboat?
He does not. He was unable. He's unable to like step in and out of it now. So yeah,
That sucks.
he sold it a few years back.
Mm.
So it's
His was
a-
not nearly that big though. That's like a two-masted. I mean, that's like a
Dude.
a
So he had like a
60-foot
real
boat
sailboat,
there.
like a sailboat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Boats are supposed to be like the worst investment you can make because you just lose money as soon as you buy them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't understand the enjoyment of like setting sail on a boat this size and spending days on it. That sounds awful to me.
Oh, I
It
think
sounds
awesome.
stressful to me.
Dude, again, no people.
No, it
Yeah,
sounds
but
so claustrophobic to me.
Things
I
go
would-
wrong on a boat.
Yeah,
You know?
and you're dead.
Not a sailboat though. You just set the sails, you go.
As long as you
Yeah,
don't
for-
What
get
if there's
into
no
like
wind?
crazy stormy waters
do
or
then?
something.
If there's no wind, you just hang out there.
Yeah.
Paddle.
For a couple weeks. For a couple
It'll
weeks.
pick up.
Hang out, aka are stranded.
Hang out and start eating each other. Yeah, we'll get to it. So they arrive to this island. There's no one there. They find this massive town that is
Yeah.
seemingly abandoned, and they leave the pregnant woman because she twists
Right.
her ankle. Sorry.
Well, they leave her with Stephus.
Come on, Maggie.
Yeah. The boat
Come on,
guy.
Maggie. She stumbles upon what's that kid from Stranger Things? Dustin's head
Mm.
from Stranger
In a
Things
bucket.
in a bucket.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
She pulled that whole bucket up from the depths without
But
looking down.
she didn't
once.
look at it one time.
Why?
So
She's
she
just-
could be
So we
properly
could get that
shocked.
reveal, yeah.
Why does she have to step in the bucket?
Just
Because
she's
For her ankle.
Yeah.
Dude,
She was
her
paying
ankle.
attention.
keeps the swelling down.
Aaron,
You have
you
to
ever
like
hear Epsom
actively
salt?
lift your leg really high to get into the bucket.
You do when there's a head in it.
Yeah.
But again, that means it requires her to
It's
look at
Dustin,
the
Aaron. Dustin.
bucket.
He's
We all want to
famous.
step on his face, but that's not.
Fair enough, Aaron. Your hatred for children is well known.
I'm joking. I don't know.
I also enjoyed the sequence where the character lady pulls out a candle and she's lit by a spotlight that
Oh
randomly
yeah.
follows her around
About that.
for about 5 minutes.
It's great. They use that a lot. The spotlight.
No.
Yeah,
It was pretty impressive when she went down the stairs with it.
But I mean, that looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it's great.
Have you ever held a candle in the dark? A candle like that?
It's a
You're
single
not getting that
spotlight.
big shadow. You're not getting that bright light.
There are times when they try
camera
to
can't
dim it a
see
little
you.
to make it semi-realistic.
I could see if they did it from the first
Make it
person view
flicker.
with the spot. That make it. I mean,
But
that
it
works,
is scary though. It does the job well. Like it's
It
just like
does.
this little hollow light, you know. And you can
Mhm.
see how scared she looks. She did a good job in that scene. She looks terrible.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they built the suspense fine. It's a slasher movie and not a suspense movie.
But this is also why you
That's
can't
fair.
do like the flashlight scene in modern movies because modern flashlights are like, here's the sun.
Right.
Like, you can see everything. I did.
It's
I remember
true.
that not too long ago. I was outside some reason. I wanted to grab a flashlight and I grabbed like this old one from my tool chest and it's like this little tiny like beam of light that's fucking useless. and then you get like the new one out. It's like wow, you can see like the whole street,
For like
the
5
neighbors'
miles.
houses, like everything's like super bright. You're like, you can't really
See
film
through
that
their
anymore.
house.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. But a candle, that's come on now.
A candle in the wind.
Seems to be like she lives her life like a candle in the wind.
Oh, that was pretty
then-
cool though.
Yeah.
So
I wish she's in a barrel of wine.
So we get a sequence in the movie where the characters are all confused because this place is seemingly empty. They do find dead bodies and they see a woman in the window. So there's like lots of intrigue.
Yeah.
And I like the setup here. This island,
cool.
no, everybody's gone or dead.
What happened?
What happened? We go into the basement and out jumps a woman from a bucket of blood or wine. I can't tell.
It's
No.
not blood.
And stabs someone. And I'm
Yeah.
like, was she just hiding in the bucket the whole time? That doesn't make any
Months.
fucking sense.
Months,
Yeah.
because
For
the
many
last
months, yeah.
telegraph
Well, when you're
was like 2
blind, you
months
have
ago.
gills. And
She's
can-
blind from absorbing all the alcohol.
It makes absolutely no sense, right?
It
It's a
does.
jump scare.
You know, this feels like a setup for like a Scooby Doo episode. You
It
know,
does.
no one's around. It's a mystery in an abandoned town.
He does look like Shaggy.
There should
Yeah.
have been scenes where she steps in buckets like repeatedly.
because she's blind.
Yeah, just like make it
Oh,
cheesy and
boy.
silly, like rakes
Oh, yeah,
like,
she's
to the
blind.
face and steps in buckets. Like make this like a comedy.
She's blind, but yet
Yeah.
I named her Deaf Girl in the clip.
Well, and she's
We know this.
the daughter.
Why do you think we were all laughing when you called her deaf girl?
Oh, did I call her
yeah.
Deaf Girl?
Yeah.
That's funny. What were you saying?
She's the daughter of the friends of the person they
The
meet on
British.
the ski
What?
lift, right? She's British.
Daughter of
Yeah,
the friends
she's,
I
of
thought it was
the
the British,
The
British
family.
family that that she was going to stay with.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So here's the question.
What's the question?
We see a woman in the window.
Mhm.
This woman in the window is supposedly the sister
Yes.
of
Later
Mr.
we-
Anthropophagus.
Later, we learn that she is the sister relative of Mr. Cannibal,
cannibal. Yeah.
Cannibal.
Right.
Klaus.
And we
Yes.
learn that he
which
had
makes
a
sense why
family,
she's alive.
and all is revealed in a flashback.
A very quick flashback.
Very
What
yeah.
he is and what he's doing, sort of. Let's take
Yeah.
a
Hard to figure out flashback.
He's dead, Martha. He's dead. He's meat. How will survive through him?
Don't let you touch him. He's our son. Here in me, damn you.
Martha. 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 Martha.
Martha! What have I done? I wanted to murder the child, not you.
He's dead. Let's eat him.
Why are you topless? Ah, Martha!
It's hot on those rafts, AJ.
Would you
Yeah.
eat your child?
I mean,
No.
No.
was the
That'd
child
be
really
too hard.
dead
I don't think
already?
I could do it. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah. I mean, and then you're in a like an inflatable raft in the ocean with the
I
hot
think I would
sun
just-
beating
I think I
down on
would
you.
just-
Like,
I think I would just like kill myself or something. Like, I don't
Right.
think I could do that. Like that
Yeah,
sounds
that's-
awful. That's just a choice I could not make.
well, it's
He
good
has
that
a-
he survives.
He
so.
has a
Right.
paddle. Why aren't they paddling to shore?
I thought he was gonna take that knife and just like stab the boat and deflate the whole thing.
I thought so too.
Just like, kill everybody.
Who's air conditioning kicked on?
My refrigerator on the other side of the room here
You
was
got a
just
refrigerator? Is that
No,
like a beer fridge?
in your room?
My office is beside the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
It's on the other side of this wall. So when it decides to
That's fair.
pull water in, it goes.
It's like my furnace. It just turns on.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's supposed to be the whole catalyst for this whole thing, is that he is now a
they were
cannibal
in a
because he's got the
shipwreck,
taste for
yeah.
human flesh, but also is like it's just I don't,
Insane.
insane and devoid
Yeah.
of everything because of the acts that he committed to survive.
And the sister has kind of set him up to get away with it because she's
Yeah.
the sane
Well,
one.
yeah, she
Helping
was
him be in
covering-
hiding.
Yes. By
But
hiding
then he
his
gets
room.
out of control.
Which is kind of cool
An idea.
for like a killer who like shows no mercy. Shows like because there's moments where like this deaf blind girl and stuff are like alone, like it's just. But he has no qualms about murdering indiscriminately, I guess is my point.
Right.
So it's cool to like paint this character as like somebody who was normal, and because of the acts he committed and all the shit that happened to him, now he's like this just crazed killer. So like there's a little bit of a backstory there that I was okay with. I don't know how he murdered a whole city's worth of people.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
And there's only one dead body in that apartment that they happen to go into has a dead body in it, but no one else is around.
Well, they made it sound like she was hiding the bodies for him, and then of course we find the crypt where he's keeping a lot of people. And
all the bodies.
Yeah,
those rats.
Those rats are pretty sweet.
But
yeah, last 30 minutes, it was kicking.
The last 30 minutes is where things really kick up. You have the sister though. I feel like it's like a wasted opportunity here because you have the sister they introduce, but then she just ends up like
she just kills herself right away.
Yeah, death by suicide.
Yeah. And I don't understand why then. Like you would think at some point in the town someone would have put something together, but it's only when these new people finally come to her house that she's like, well, it's the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless she was like feeling guilt or something. And like was like, well, I finally been found out, and I can't live with this. Like, I don't understand anything.
She only killed herself after she rescued the tarot card girl.
Right.
Yeah, which is weird.
Spiv.
What's the connection?
What's the connection, Spiv? I don't know anything about tarot cards. I think it's all bullshit. Is that bad?
Yeah, it's bullshit. Like gnomes, fairies, and Eskimos.
Well, just like any religion.
Did you say Eskimos are bullshit?
It's a Simpsons joke.
Oh, look at that. That is sweet. I mean, that was a sweet moment.
Yeah, there's lots of sweet moments.
That whole sequence.
Let's talk about some of the sweet sequences here.
I mean, like
the roofing.
The positive things are like, man, the setting is just badass. Like there's like cool, just old like architecture and buildings.
Yeah, that house is pretty awesome.
You have this awesome mansion that they have access to. Yeah. The lighting is pretty good most of the time. The prosthetics and gore effects, while noticeable, are pretty good still.
Especially for 1980.
Especially for that era,
They got the liquid latex stretching and ripping with the skin and stuff.
Is.
I think it's sunburnt. Like it's so sunburnt.
He's like,
he
forgot to moisturize.
Like it got permanent sunburn.
He was down in that pit for a while in the water. He's probably got leprosy.
You could not pay me $8 billion to go down into this pit. No. Do you know how gross that pit is? That pit is disgusting, AJ.
I mean, he fell off a 4-story house and landed in that pit and survived. It's pretty cool.
After getting his fucking leg stabbed with a pickaxe, which would hurt like a shit.
Look at that. He rolled.
He rolled right
like
into
a cistern?
that pit.
What was that supposed to be?
I don't know.
I think
Some
just
Italian
like
pit.
the well for the
the water.
It's where you throw
on an island.
Cannibal
People
murderers.
would drink that water.
And then you get that Cabin Fever movie.
Do they boil it before they drink it?
Yeah, it's just well water, man. It's just like any well water. Yeah,
It should have a cover over it. But...
Would you drink it, AJ?
Sure.
Have you ever
drank well water before? You probably
water
have.
Off a mountain?
Have you ever gone to a cabin and had water? It's probably well water.
Lots of people's houses have well water.
Yeah.
Now, you normally have either UV or something to...
Yeah, you can filter it.
Yeah, and that's got poo floating in it, man.
But a lot of well water is better than the water we're drinking, Chris.
Yeah.
By all accounts, safer, too.
We had well water at our old house, and like we got it tested, and it was awesome quality.
Yeah.
You guys are so full of shit, and you think you guys have no idea what you're talking about. If that water looked like that with that brown shit in there, there's no way you would drink that.
God.
You're telling me you dive into that? There's
clear to me.
It's not brown water.
It's a cement wall.
It's dark.
There's this thing called light. And when the light does not enter, it's dark.
You need more candles, Chris. They had that candle down there. Would have lit that water up really well.
You're just scared because the cannibals swimming around in it.
That's a legit reason to be scared to be down there. Yes.
Dude, if this cannibal can accidentally fall off the roof and land into my drinking water, what else is landing in my drinking water?
Dude,
That's my
all
problem.
kinds of things are landing in your drinking water.
Exactly.
You don't know about.
Yeah, that's where they should have a cover over this thing. If it's a
Cover
true,
over that
like
thing.
cistern.
So we need to talk about the scene, though.
The scene.
The fetus.
The
fetus.
Okay, let's go back. Backtrack.
Backtracking.
Have you been douching?
All right, so we're in the catacombs. Husband discovers pregnant wife hidden in the catacombs.
Still alive.
She's still alive somehow, which is quite a
Well,
surprise.
that I want to talk about
it's a
that.
reveal, right? A reveal.
She's cooking his dinner.
Was he keeping her alive for a
Is that
reason?
a euphemism?
Yes.
Probably. Well, yeah, that's a good question. Maybe
What
he
was the reason?
Well, he had just eaten the guy on the boat, so he's probably full. So he's just gonna wait.
Well, he
What?
lost his wife and son, so maybe.
Maybe this is
Yeah.
like a proxy.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really get mad until the guy says, "It's our baby."
See, that should have been the story. He should have kept her prisoner and alive the whole time because of that, and that could be like a driving reason for everything. But they didn't.
And then
do
he
that.
raises the baby.
Yes, and then we
For
get the sequel.
Anthropophagus
A
too.
little baby cannibal.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That's a scary movie right there.
With a
Cannibal
bottle
toddler
full
cast.
of blood instead of milk.
I mean,
Cannibal toddler.
I feel like this whole fetus thing was like an idea, and they just found a way to put it in. Not that it
Just
makes
for the shock
enough
value.
sense. Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
shock,
Yeah.
and it's cool. Like it is gross. The act, and it looks gory and gross, and it's shocking, and I'm sure it was very shocking for the time. But it doesn't add anything to the story ultimately.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, not at all.
No, because it's not like then he's trying to get revenge or
Yeah.
anything
Right.
like that.
Someone said it earlier. It's just a slasher, really, by its heart.
Mhm.
It's no. There's not really much story to it other than people just getting killed for no reason. That's the movie.
Yeah,
The
it's
story.
the teenagers are visiting the village.
Yeah. Just like your Bay of Blood or anything else at that time, you know?
Long term.
Yeah, I guess so. I just feel like there's
no,
the
man, look
start
at
of
that.
something interesting there.
This was great. The
Start
final
of something
sequence.
beautiful.
Look, when you
Could you live off your own intestines?
when you're hungry, Spit.
I mean, in the short term,
I mean,
probably,
that's
yeah.
how you end the movie, and they knocked it out of the park. I would say.
Mhm.
So what?
I
You would
know.
just constantly eat your intestines?
Well, but then it's
You're
going
gonna
to eventually
bleed out.
disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once it disconnects, what happens?
The intestines come back out.
Yeah.
Then you can eat them again.
I mean, Ray Liotta ate his own brain in Dragon, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That is true.
And he was having a great time with it.
Would you eat your own brain?
No.
I mean, if I had to,
Probably
What
If you
body
were a
part
hot
would
dog,
you eat?
Would you eat yourself?
If you had to eat a body part of you, what would you eat?
I mean, would you be able to survive the situation?
Yeah, you'll survive. You'll survive.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I mean,
What
like,
would
you
you
see
eat?
like a toe or something.
finger?
I'm sure
or
people do
something?
it all the time.
There's no
Yeah,
meat
finger or
there
toe.
though.
It's
I
like
feel
a
like-
chicken wing.
You know, when you're trapped in like the middle of nowhere.
Doesn't
Just
your
gonna-
liver regrow?
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's gonna
Kinda.
take like
I don't
surgery
think
to
taking
get
bites
to it.
out of it. Yeah, you can have lobes of your liver cut off.
What about
and have
eating
it
like a
regrow.
finger? Would you eat a finger?
Yeah, I'd
Be
eat
an
a finger.
experiment. There's not much meat on a finger. It's
Right,
mostly just
that's what I
bone.
It's not gonna
with-
sustain
yeah,
you
so you'd
very
still be
much.
hungry, so you'd have to eat a couple of them. Right?
Well,
You
one
just, like,
finger. It's
suck
like
on it.
wings. One wing
You just
turns
can't
into
stop.
10.
You can't stop.
Next thing you know, you don't have any fingers left.
What
You
kind
can't
of-
even
Before you
do a
know
good
it-
dozen.
Fingers.
Right,
You're
you
full
can't
on
even get a
cannibal. By the
dozen.
time you're done, you're just full on cannibal. Like, what are you gonna do?
I'm not falling cannibal. I'm just eating one finger and I'm being done.
Do you think you become obsessed with it, like these characters do? Like, you know, the whole idea of like once
No.
you have it, you have to,
No,
you can't stop.
I don't think you get a taste for the
No,
flesh.
you don't think so?
Well, I was watching something where it was a YouTuber who went to some other country and he had, I don't know what it was, but it was like congealed blood of a cow or something like that.
Mhm.
And it looked really gross. And he ate it and he was like, oh, it's good. It tastes kind of like blood, but like a little.
So like
And I'm like,
iron.
That's like black.
Yeah.
sausage
And I'm like,
and,
that's what
Yeah.
like eating a person would be like. raw. Like you would taste the blood and like no, that's not appealing to me at all.
Irony, yeah.
Yeah, like that doesn't sound tasty at all.
Yeah.
What if you had salt and pepper?
Well, that would be delicious.
Salt and
With
sauce,
some
same.
garlic.
Salt is so fucking oh my
Marinated
God.
in some salt water.
I'd eat the shit out of that baby back barbecue sauce on there. Oh, sweet baby Ray's on that shit. I'd be eating humans left and right.
You could carve out a piece of your thigh. And
Oh, God, I'd slow cook that, Rebecca. I'd smoke that meat so good. Oh,
You
fuck.
round it
make
up,
some
make a burger.
See what I'm saying?
Chicken breasts,
Oh,
Chris.
some Rupert leg. Oh, fuck, I'd eat the shit out of that. Anyways,
So do you like this scene at the end where he eats
Yeah,
his
let's-
own intestines? We didn't talk about it.
let's watch it. Here we go.
Let's watch it. It's so
Why
sad
does he do that?
because he's dying. And
He
he's so
sounds bad.
obsessed. The obsession
He
in his
can't
eyes. You
not.
see it.
He has
Yeah,
One
acting.
of my big complaints about this was that you didn't know anyone's names or who they were.
Hmm.
I totally forgot that this guy was still alive when he
Well,
comes to
it's-
rescue the.
It's
lady.
interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading through the credits, and some people are just labeled as like victim 1, victim 2.
Boat guy.
Yeah.
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 I could have sworn she was the only one left.
Hmm.
And then he just shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
like,
remember.
oh.
I didn't even remember him. Like, who's this
What?
guy?
Who is this
Was he in the movie
guy?
earlier?
Right.
Can't
Was he
remember.
locked in the cemetery the whole time?
Maybe.
It's hard to tell when this is happening.
What? You never been locked in a graveyard before? You never been locked in a graveyard and they just forgive the person like 5 minutes later? You run into them? Oh, sorry about that. Locking you in the graveyard. You know, that was,
Ugh,
was a bad
man,
idea.
that music is so bad. None of the music's good in this movie. It's awful.
That horns at the end weren't too bad. It's okay.
More of the horns at the end. The horns
When
were
he's
awful.
when he's eating his intestines.
It's terrible.
Terrible. I mean, it's like the era of that.
It's just there's times where like the music feels like there's no metronome and it's like offbeat and it just feels like some dude's like winging it, and I'm like, this is not like fix it, and it wouldn't be as noticeable. But there's moments where it just feels like that was a mistake, and instead of fixing it, you just let it go.
Well, it sounds like it
be
wasn't the original
Italian.
score, which is the problem.
Possibly, or
No,
this
I think
was.
Sean confirmed that it is the original score. He
Oh,
said
really?
There you go.
he went and started his US DVD and it has different music.
Okay, there you
Interesting. So they tried to fix the problem, is what you're saying.
Tried to fix
Someone's like, we got to get rid of this fucking music.
It's pretty terrible.
go. All right. Anything else with the Anthropophagus?
Excuse me, sir?
I liked it.
Anthropophagus.
It's been way too long since we watched some Italian cinema. I hope we get some more of
Italian
this.
cinema.
We
So
got to
good.
get some more on the wheel. There should always at least be one Italian film on the wheel.
I think the last one was that telephone movie, right?
Yeah, it was way too long ago.
That was last year.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's a good Lady Gaga song.
2 words I never thought I heard Chris say. Good,
That's
Lady
way
Gaga.
more than 2 words, but okay. Oh, okay. AJ, would you recommend
Gaga is 3 words.
That's
Anthropophagus?
fair. Yeah, I would recommend it. Of course, it's Italian. How you cannot watch it, I do not know. You have to check it out. It was great, gory, fun. I mean, it's everything I want in my movies. Like, it just makes me want to watch more Italian film, and I hope we do soon.
Aaron.
Yeah, I would recommend it too. It's pretty good.
Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm gonna recommend it as well. Like it definitely slows down a little bit in the middle, but stick with it.
Spiv.
Yeah, I'll recommend it. Same as Rebecca. A
Yep.
little slow, but good payoff.
Yep. You know, I'm going to recommend some good old Italian horror. This is a fun time for the most part. All right. This is a long ass episode. Holy shit.
It's because
All right.
We started
20
this
minutes
way.
of it was talking about cars at the beginning.
That was 8 minutes. That was 8 minutes.
Would Cannibal Drive, Chris?
you don't have a GTI, Rebecca.
All right. Time to move on and play a game. Here we go.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of right? Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly unpleasant. Shall we play?
How old are they?
All right, so this is a reprise
Shoot.
of,
No one will ever know.
of a past game that we've done before where it's hard to tell the age of people sometimes.
Yes.
So
There we go.
here's a fresh crop. See if you can
Fresh crop.
decipher
great.
their
How
age.
fresh are they?
All right, how old is this person?
Jesus.
Holy fuck on a stick with an asshole. I'd say 22.
60.
37.
Oh my god.
That is a wide
Wide
range.
range.
Um, 12.
12. I'm so
What?
sorry.
12?
I'm so sorry.
I said 37. Well, this is going to be tough for our audio listeners, but
Yeah.
it's very hard to tell.
Check
Alright,
out the
that's all.
video when you get a chance.
Oh my goodness.
All right, how old is this person?
He looks young.
Now you're gonna
12.
second guess yourself.
He's 12.
Some acne.
He
and a
is-
fake mustache.
I think he's like 26.
18.
He does have a little bit of a stash
14.
going. 7.
7. Chris nailed it.
Oh, Chris.
Damn.
Dude, 20-year-olds, like young, mid to young 20-year-olds, look so young
That's
nowadays
a high school photo. Oh, I know. It's
to
ridiculous.
me. And I could be like, yeah.
photo.
How old
Yeah,
is this?
this is like a
person?
17-year-old.
This is a high school photo. This is a yearbook photo.
I'm saying 15.
It's a
20
teacher, though.
20
It's a teacher.
21.
She's
They
28.
have braces. They have braces. though.
Teacher. It's a teacher.
Braces.
It's actually a 32-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's got that like 45-year-old woman hair, like
Yeah.
from when I was a kid.
I mean,
And
That's
the
what my
earrings
mom's hair
and-
looked like.
you'll
Yeah.
never get ID checked.
How old is she?
Ooh. This is hard because
She's-
people now, like people
It's a
our
filter
age,
here,
look
yeah.
younger because we don't age as much because we
She's
still dress.
44.
She has no face wrinkles, so she's got.
Yeah, there's one.
No,
between
no,
But
no,
she
it's
might
a-
just
it's-
no. She has a
it's-
filter.
Dude, it's a
Yeah,
filter.
it's a filter.
You can't tell.
Yeah.
She's 35.
She's
44.
She's 23.
She's 40.
40. God damn it, Instagram
Dude.
filters.
What are you trying to say, man?
Dude,
I don't have that many
filters.
wrinkles.
Dude,
Spits
when
and
I
wrinkles?
take a picture of
I got all
myself,
the
I'm always like, those filters do a good job. I always look
We know,
pretty
we see the
good, and
grandpa
I'm like,
stuff.
I don't look like
the
this in
grandpa
real
one.
life.
They're good.
She
Yeah,
doesn't
grandma one.
smoke or drink, you know.
How old is he?
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
18.
He's like
18.
22.
No,
22.
he's definitely 18.
No, he's 19. Yeah.
37.
He's gone
22.
he's gone through wars here.
This
This
like
is
Edgar
John
Allan
Wilkes
Poe.
Booth.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus!
it's John
He's
Wilkes.
26.
26.
Okay.
Is this after or before he did his crime?
This is before
I think after he was kind of dead.
because he was
Yeah.
killed pretty quickly
They
after.
hung him.
Well, he had it coming.
How old is she?
All right, let's take a look at this. Hold on, before we move on. If we look in her, she has wrinkles under her eyes and some wrinkles in her chin, so
She
she's
doesn't have
older.
the filter going. So yeah.
No, this
I
is
would
pre-filtered.
say-
It's like
It's
definitely
80s.
like
This is an
90s.
It's
Yeah,
pre-filtered.
this is 80s. I think this is like
So-
a 32-year-old woman.
No, her
Nah,
hair
she's
is
like
way
18.
not poopy enough for it to be 80s.
She's
the 80s.
She's
I'm saying-
21.
I'm saying 27.
21.
She's 12.
What?
Oh,
Get
God.
this shit out of here with
What
this
is
fucking
where are you
shit.
getting these
She has
photos from?
wrinkles.
12?
How does the 12-year-old have wrinkles
Yeah,
like
she's
that?
been-
She's
she's
been
been-
working a lot. She's dressed as a businesswoman for Christ's sake. This is like don't tell mom the babysitter's dead kind of shit.
Right? Oh, my God.
How old is he?
I don't fucking know. He's got baby eyes, but he's got a beard, so he's like 14 or something. I don't fucking know.
28.
20.
It looks kind of grayish in the hair.
45. He's 45.
34.
No, he's like 32.
45. 45.
32.
28.
He's 18.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I I looked like a baby when I was 18. What the hell?
You know what I think though? This is a positive thing for people like us. Because like I said, he looked 32, and he's 18. That means I could be perceived as younger than I
Baby
am.
with a beard.
Yeah. That's exactly what that means.
Somebody just said that. That's funny.
How old is he?
47.
He's 17.
That
15.
is some wrinkles. He's
15.
He is
He's
17.
No, this is an old. This is an old picture. He's probably 52.
He's got the pox.
Wow, look at his hair. He's old.
Dude,
No, he's
this
like
is
83.
He's 100.
100 years ago, more than 100 years ago.
100.
He's 52.
He is. Oop, I'm on the wrong one. 65.
You said
Like-
100.
Those are some
He's a
deep
rough
wrinkles.
That's a
Yeah,
rough life. A long life.
Dude, that's
rough
a
life.
hard life. A lot of
Yeah.
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No sun.
bad
like,
nutrition.
No moisturizer. No anything.
But who knows?
How old is he?
Jesus.
He likes the Calgary Flames.
How did
he
you
looks
find these
very
people's
young.
ages?
He's
What the fuck were
17.
you looking at to
So
find
there
this?
was a
20.
whole Twitter
about this?
um,
Okay.
thread.
17.
It seems
17.
20. 20.
I'm saying 19.
I'm going to say 32.
He's definitely young.
14.
14.
14.
14. That's
All
a
right,
respectable
not too bad.
beard for 14.
Yeah. How old is this person?
Jesus Christ. It's
Rebecca,
Chris.
this
It's Chris.
that's a woman for one. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of like in between.
This is-
I'm going to say
This does look like me. Holy shit. It
it
does.
does look like you a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm going to
eyebrows are
say
long.
Yeah, eyebrows are nicer than mine.
13.
It's 22. No, 12.
No, 'cause he looks
22
young.
and 12. One of those.
Mess with us. I'm saying 9.
9!
18.
He is 10.
I thought this was a woman who had a full career.
It's the
It's like
color
Murphy
of the
Brown
eye,
Jr.
you know?
up in here. Fuck.
This is
We are
tricky.
terrible at this game.
There we go.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Oh
That was a
my
good one, yeah.
God.
God,
Good
Rebecca. That was a great game and awful at the same time. Thank you. Time to move on and do some listener feedback.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week we checked out Terror Vision from 1986. We thought it was Taylor's pick.
Television.
It was not.
Okay.
She says, just so you know, I didn't pick this movie.
Yeah, we
and
figured
I
that out
don't
eventually.
bribe people because I would feel guilty about it.
Mm.
Nah, that's just what somebody would say who bribes people.
And as someone who knows a lot of Anthropophagus type movies, and you guys are going on a journey of extreme movies.
All right, tell us some more then that we should check out.
Well, Anthropophagus 2.
The Revenge of Anthropophagus.
Right.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Neil Breen's take on an Italian
Oh,
horror.
God. You're going to love my fetuses. Everybody.
Doesn't even make
The
sense.
government DNA fetuses from the future. Virtual reality fetuses of death. Cannibalism.
Is it fair?
Isn't that corrupt?
He's a banana.
Marilyn Knepper says, a fun monster movie. Almost double featured it with bad channels. But watched 1980s holiday horror movie Mother's Day instead.
Are we talking about Terror Vision?
We are talking about Terror Vision.
Yeah, I've never seen
Not
bad
Neil Breen.
channels either.
Matt Purvis. Just watched this last night for the first time. That's pretty odd. I don't know if he means the movie is pretty odd or that
I think
he
it's
just watched
I
it.
think it's the coincidence, Spiv.
Oh, you think he? Okay.
Like he wasn't.
That he
He
just
watched
so
it and then
happened to
just-
watch it, and
That is pretty odd.
yeah.
Dude, coincidences like that though are pretty weird,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Maybe it
why
was fate.
people who are really dumb are like, that's why God makes sense. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Right.
a coincidence happens, so they immediately, instead of thinking like, well, there's a million outcomes for everything, and this is just a coincidence.
God
It's like,
told
oh,
me
this
to
was
watch
for a
Terror
reason.
Vision.
Yeah.
God
So-
told me to.
I guess my whole point is that Matthew, this happened for a reason, and we are your new God.
I think God wants you to join the Patreon.
Good Lord.
And God says, join the Patreon.
And finally, we only have 4 comments on this one. I don't think people liked it. David Black. TerrorVision has pretty sweet monsters and goo. I rate it 4 out of 5 gallons of slime.
It
like
is a
that
choice.
scale.
It's like a choice to go to goo.
It's
'Cause,
good.
like,
yeah.
Goo is not fun in production. It's just not.
Can you
Like,
imagine,
no one
like,
wants
the
to be covered in
cleanup
goo.
there? Yeah.
No one wants to be covered in goo. I've had goo, like, I've had blood on me that
Fake
is meant to
blood
be
is
gooey.
gross.
Yeah. And that stuff,
Sticky stain stuff.
it's like
Stains your
It's not
skin?
fun. It's not
so
fun.
what it is it's like this, I don't know what, but it comes in a bucket and it's very much thick and sticky. And I had like this whole prosthetic on my head for this movie.
2 dudes, 1 bucket.
And like when they took
Thick
it
and
all
sticky.
off, that shit though, like I was in the shower for like an hour and like it was days before I could get it off. It just doesn't, it's awful.
Yeah.
So my point is goo's cool, but like
You got to really commit to it.
you got to commit
Yeah.
to that shit.
Put those tarps down. Alternate title: Terror Squishin'. Kind of
Terror Squishin'?
Terror Vision. Terror Squishin'.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Squishin'.
That's pretty good.
That does it for our listener feedback on Terror
Terror
Vision.
squishing.
Jesus
You got-
Christ.
Have you been talking to my wife?
No respect.
What a week.
What a week, Chris.
All right. It's time to do it though. This
What are we
is
doing?
this
Is
is
it-
kind
is
of
it
one of the
airplane
best
wheel?
times of the episode is to do
The end. Yeah.
In the wheel.
is to do the wheel.
The wheel.
Did I remove? I did remove it. Okay. Jamie didn't respond, so I don't think Jamie listens to the podcast anymore. So that's okay.
He's just offended that we were offended.
Yeah, that too.
By his highly
So
offensive film, yeah.
Bubba Hotep is still on here. Is it supposed to be on here?
That's
I thought
too
we
good.
said-
It's
We've
too
all
good, but we
seen
should.
it,
We
right?
deserve it.
I mean, we get a lot of people to watch it. That's for sure.
That
This
is
is a
true. It'd
huge
be a-
movie,
yeah.
cult
Yeah.
movie.
Kind of like Life
Leave it
Force
on.
or
Again, it's
something?
it's more of a cult movie. If you ask
Yeah.
the average person, hey, you like Bubba Hotep, they're gonna be like, well, how?
Leave it on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna spin.
Spin it.
Spin it.
Spin the wheel.
No spinning sound. Fingernails.
Christ's
Oh,
sakes.
witchcraft it is.
We can't do witchcraft. We,
can't
don't know if
without
Lindsay's
We got to
on.
double check
What,
with
Lindsay be back?
Lindsay before we
I thought
can
she's
do
back.
it. Not necessarily. It's up in the air.
Her vacation
It's up
is
in the
over
air.
next week.
Yeah.
But there's
That doesn't mean she can be.
Well, we
no.
could always go to the airplane wheel.
No. Here's what. Okay.
Why don't you
here's what.
spin it a second time for something else?
we'll get a
if
backup
she can
movie.
do it, we'll do witchcraft. If
Well-
she can't, we'll do whatever else it lands on.
What if we do Pungo, A Witch's Tale, which is a movie by Philip J. Cook, and it was the
I
one
could.
I
I'd
wanted to
be
watch
down
it
for that. Yeah.
It's the guy who did Despiser. He made a movie in 2020 about a witch.
Yeah.
It's
We should check
available
that
on
out.
Tubi.
Yeah,
Despiser
let's watch
was
it.
pretty sweet.
Let's do that.
All his movies have been good. At least good, if not amazing. Right?
They're all entertaining. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's
Let's
it
do
called?
it.
Pungo, A Witch's Tale. I'm pulling up the trailer now.
Pungo.
Pungo.
That's what I called your mom last night.
Well, that's not very nice. Her name's Judy.
Judy called me Pungo.
Judy.
The witch slayer.
Right. Can I make this big?
Can I eat your intestines?
Oh shit, this looks fucking badass! Oh my god!
It does look amazing.
Pungo, Virginia.
Pungo,
Oh
Virginia.
my god.
Oh,
Dude, this looks great.
Refurbish the house. Some ex-military guy.
Miss Sherwood, I'm Bud
Looks less great.
Great.
Look less great.
whoa.
Oh,
good.
man.
This is crazy.
Unnecessary
Yeah, it
CG. Yes.
This is what I'm saying. This looks fucking badass, doesn't it, guys?
Movie of the year. Movie of the year up in here.
It was great until they drove into suburbia and then like went to Applebee's.
Oh, it's realistic.
It looks like a slight drop from Despiser. I'll just say.
But I think it's because it's newer. And
Right.
it's like,
Could be. Yeah.
it hasn't.
I mean, it's got a cool name.
I want to see those CGI Ford Tauruses driving around.
Oh yeah, you're disappointed because it was the actual Ford Taurus this time.
Yeah.
Does look like it's
lost
heavy on
its
CGI,
charm.
but still a lot less on CGI. There's more real stuff going on. This looks fucking awesome.
It looks entertaining.
It looks really great.
Pungo, A Witch's Tale. A burned out ex-Navy SEAL and an emotionally damaged firefighter work together as a handyman in rural Virginia. That's the plot.
What?
There's no conflict. There's no conflict. That's the fucking plot.
Bob is a house painter and his cousin has a mechanic business.
And a veteran and a firefighter are handyman.
What?
I don't think there's a conflict in this movie, but that's what we're watching next week. It is available
Billy
on Tubi.
doesn't want tacos on Taco Tuesday. But Barb says maybe next Tuesday.
No, Aaron, that's too much of a conflict.
That's a conflict. Shit.
Yeah, he fucked up.
But Barb
What kind of
agrees
patch will they
it should be
use for
Taco
the
Tuesday.
drywall?
Yeah.
Pungo, A Witch's Tale.
Okay.
Pungo. Pungo. That's it.
Yep.
What, Spiff?
I was going to ask, is it a real town in Virginia?
I don't know if it is. I guess that's what we'll talk about next week as we dive into this deep narrative. Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode, go on iTunes, leave us a review. Bad movie night.
No one goes on iTunes, Chris.
No one goes on iTunes.
What they should do is subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment.
Dude, if you're watching this, subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. That helps out. Yeah. Why don't you do this section?
Because you always do it.
You know, you have a better memory than me. I don't remember half the shit I'm supposed to say.
No memory, man. What movie did we see tonight?
We watched
God.
Anthropophagus.
Are you guys 42 or 82 or 12? I'm so confused right now.
It could be any of them.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, 90?
Spiffy, you're hard to tell without the beard, man.
Yeah, without the beard, you look older.
It's true.
Okay, wow.
Now
When you do that, you look really old.
Christ. Quite the metamorphosis.
I have all the wrinkles.
Grandpa needs help changing his diapers. Wow.
All right, guys.
You're pretty
that's
good
it.
at that.
That's going to do it for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Next week, Pungo, A Witch's Tale. Join us here Wednesday night, 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the YouTubes for the live show. Otherwise, we'll catch you here next time, guys. Good.
Bad Movie Night Podcast. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.